Casey Stevens is in love with a compulsive talker. Can 18-year-old Robin Lockridge make it as the wife of an older man? Tanis Reed cannot get her male friends to think of her as one of the boys. They're all here to tell their stories to Joanne Worley, David Letterman, Joanne Flug, and Soupy Sale on The Love Experts, starring Bill Cullen.
Hi there. Thank you, Jack. Hello, Love Experts. Thank you. Welcome to the Love Experts. We have some interesting and unusual dilemmas, as usual here. I hope we do. And let us say hello to Joanne.
Hello, Bill. How are you?
David.
Hello, Bill.
Another
Excuse
Joanne.
me, this is my armrest.
And so, thank you. And Soupy Sale.
She was talking to me.
I'm not the least bit surprised. Panel, get ready to help people solve their problems because we have some right now. We have an interesting story to get things started. So if you're ready, let's meet our first guest. Jack, tell us about it, please.
We have a French teacher, Bill, from Montreal, Casey Stevens.
Hello, Casey. Right there, reasonably at home. A French teacher.
I'm a French teacher, right? Yeah.
I'd like to make you feel at home.
Okay.
Sacre bleu.
That's not bad. That's a good start.
Was that good what he said?
Yeah, well, not bad. Yeah.
Okay, tell us a little bit about what's going on in your life, Casey.
Okay, the problem is my girlfriend. She's a compulsive talker. She talks nonstop all the time. When we're driving, when we're out, when we're at parties, she's very distracting sometimes. But the biggest problem is when we're making love. That's when she talks the most. Yeah.
What did she say?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Good point, Joanne.
I'll tell you. She talks about generally about things that she's seen, some she's seen at the party, things that have to be done in the morning. She wants me to remind her of things. She goes on and on and on.
You mean in the middle of making love?
In the middle of making love, yeah.
She says, like, guess who I saw today?
Well, sometimes, yeah. Yeah, but no, I'm being completely serious. That's what she does, yeah.
She does that?
Yeah.
How long has this been going on?
For about the last year and a half.
A boot? You are from Canada, aren't you?
Yeah, right, yeah.
A year and a half, did you say?
Year and a half, right.
Have you thought maybe you could give her a little pad and pencil by the side of the bed?
Well,
you could just jot things down instead of chatting them.
I've actually thought of that, and I thought of tape recorders, and people have told me, why don't you bring it up to her? And I have, but she doesn't listen, and she doesn't really think that she has a problem.
David, you look terribly perplexed.
Well, this is a bit of curiosity that I haven't heretofore come across. It seems to me that I talk a little peculiar, so what? It just seems to me that maybe this girl is not the one who is doing something wrong. Perhaps it could be you who is doing something wrong.
No, I've thought of that.
You had thought of that?
Yeah.
Have you anything to relate that with? I mean, do you have anything to compare it with? Let me put it this way. This is not the first young lady you've ever known, is it?
No, but our relationship's been, I guess, sort of the heaviest.
The heavy? The other ones didn't talk, though?
Not so much, no.
Why don't you just tell her to shut up?
Well, I told you.
Oh, you smooth talker.
I've tried that a number of times, but I really don't want to hurt her feelings. And
Please, darling. Shut up, please, darling.
Joanne Flug in this case. Joanne, do you talk at these romantic times?
Incessantly. I do the same. I make lists
Do you
all
really?
the time.
You make lists?
I talk to myself all the time. We were the other night. My husband and I we were talking, and I was wandering out talking, and Chuck said, "You don't need anybody. You just answer your own questions."
Yeah, but you don't talk when you're making love.
I think it's very personal.
I do too. But what,
you.
well, don't tell me what you're
I can
saying.
answer
Just tell
that.
me.
She doesn't.
No.
She doesn't.
No. Thank you, David. Thank you.
Shame on you.
What did he say?
I hope your husband is
David,
I hope I didn't.
David, isn't talking part of lovemaking?
You betcha, Bill.
I would like to.
How about Red Ryder?
except she talks about things that are totally irrelevant to making love. Right?
Now, other than in bed, do you find her conversation agreeable?
Yes, and enough too. She talks incessantly. She talks
Have
all
you
the
ever
time.
taped her? Have you
No,
ever put it?
no, I
Why
haven't.
don't you put a tape recorder underneath the chair in the living room? We did this once as
Because
children.
they're not in the
put it in the
living room,
bedroom.
that's
Wait a
why.
minute,
Right.
Soupy. And maybe tape. Excuse me. And maybe tape and then play it back to her. And people are always just down to number one how they sound, and then
Yeah.
maybe that'll cure her.
Well,
Turn it on.
Darling.
It's
Why don't you, maybe if you put something in her mouth, she would talk. Is she fat? Is she a skinny girl?
she's pleasant. She's pleasingly plump.
She is plump?
Yeah, well, not too plump.
Well, how
She's
I-
sort of chubby, you know? Chubby.
She is chubby. Oh,
Yeah,
well, then that's out. Because she just gets fatter then. I vote then for tell her to make lists. What's her birthday? What is her?
She was born in April.
April? She could be a Taurus.
Yeah.
April 13th, actually.
Oh, is that? I know so much about it, but I don't know that stuff.
Another Aries.
Aries,
yeah.
another pushy
There's
Aries.
another Aries. Let's wrap this up. How can Casey get his girl to stop talking? And I imagine
Kiss
of
her.
paramount importance, especially when you're making love. That's the thing.
That's right.
All right, Joanne's
Joanne's
her.
got it. Joanne's
her.
got the answer.
Kiss her.
Kiss her.
That's a good idea.
And don't let go.
Yeah. Don't let
So you have two kiss. What do you say?
go. Yeah, keep her mouth busy.
David,
Yeah,
you
kiss
want
her.
to dissociate
Well,
yourself?
I
from-
don't. I see. This is like if you're born left-handed, don't try and make a person right-handed, or they start having nervous twitches and so forth, and drool and all of that nonsense. So you don't want. If this is something she does by nature, let it go. Learn to deal with it. If no, you can't. You turn her into some kind of thundering oaf if that happens.
So the panel seems to agree by and large. Let her talk while you're making love. And if there's anything she says that sounds interesting, when you're finished, ask her to repeat it. If we haven't helped you with that, I don't know where you're going to get any help. We'll be back with another problem in a moment. But right now, we're going to watch this.
Shame on you.
I want to remind our love experts, as I usually do at this time, that at the end of the show, you're going to be asked to vote for the person with the most interesting or different love story, the one you found the most fun. And the person who gets the most votes is going to win a surprise gift. So you'll be thinking about that. Jack will be thinking about it, too. Jack, who might our next guest be?
Well, we have a beautiful young blonde lady from Encino, Robin Lockridge.
Hello, Robin. How are you? Hello, Robin Lockridge. Tell us a little bit about what's bothering you.
Well, my boyfriend's 16 years older than I am, and he feels...
How many?
16.
16.
16.
Slower.
Let me count.
This to this.
Okay, he's 16 years older than
He
you.
feels that I'm not old enough or responsible enough to be married. And he also feels that in a few years I would go for younger men. And I don't think it's fair. I'm not sure what to do.
No.
You're quite sure that you are in love with him, in love enough to marry him, is that right?
How long have you been going
Could we
with
ask,
him?
For about a year.
Could we ask how old you are, darling?
18.
Oh,
And how old is
sweet
he?
thing.
He's 34.
18 and
34?
16.
34.
I don't find that a terribly large age difference. If you both have mutual, interest and
Yes, but there's a lot of problems, but
probably about your
I
friends
feel
and his
that-
friends.
yeah.
Well, I think
I feel that, people have their problems no matter what age they are and get divorced.
Does he-
So it's mainly the people. I
Does
feel.
he help you with like your homework and so forth?
That was naughty.
Now, do you feel actually, Robin, that you are old enough for marriage? Do you think maybe that's what's bothering him? That he might feel you're
No,
not?
because he's ready. He told me.
He's ready and he feels that you're ready?
Mm-hmm.
Then he thinks that you will eventually, as he gets older, you will seek then younger men.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever just plain brought it out, talk to him about it and say, no, that's not the case?
I try,
You
but
know-
I don't think he thinks I'm old enough to make that.
I don't think you're old
Decision
enough, and
now.
I don't think you should get married when you're 18. I think you should live it up and have a good time and wait till you're 23 or 24 and go. And I'll tell you why. And I'm going to tell you why.
Tell me why.
I'm gonna tell you
I
why.
want to hear
Listen.
why. Tell her.
Because you have just come from being a kid and you're just starting to grow up, and why should you fall right back into that? You've got to experience life and have some good times and go out and see how other things are and how other people are.
Yeah.
Don't tie yourself down, because you are going to regret it years later.
Yeah, here.
Can we take-
Right.
All right, let's take, please, what Soupy said is his contribution to the wrap-up to try to solve this whole thing. Joanne, we'll ask you, do you think that's the solution?
Well,
Wait.
either that or she could go with a younger man right now. And then you won't have to bother to get divorced. I know you love him. Well, continue to go with him. And if in a few years, but I really think you're too young to get married now.
Okay,
Boring,
but that's
darling.
one thing. It's not that I want to get married now. It's the point of if I did, even a few years from now, he'll still be the same age and so will I. And there'll be a difference, and he'll still look it that way. That's how he told me.
I think you need a new boyfriend. He sounds dumb.
Well, I think so. Not that necessarily needs a new boyfriend, but I think you should enjoy this relationship for what it is at present and not project 10, 15, 8, 7 years to the future and think about marriage. And you know, I mean, so I would. And because besides now, Mom's got to drive you here and drive you there. And you know, when you get older, it'll be a little better. Don't worry.
Very constructive. Joanne.
What do your parents think?
Well, they like him a lot. They think he's perfect for me, and I
Now,
think so
and they think
too.
you should get married?
No.
They think you should wait.
All right. I think the consensus of the panel is we might have a match made in heaven or wherever matches are made these days here, but the panel seems to think wait a while, give it a chance to develop, and see how you feel about him in a couple years from now. Is that by and large true, panel? Do that. And if he doesn't like that, have him come to our next show and he can present his problem, which is my girl who's that much younger just walked out on me. And punch you right in the nose, Shruti. We'll be back here in just a moment. Right now we got this for you. Say, if any of you at home would like to tell your story to our love experts, here's all you have to do. Now, if you plan to be in the Los Angeles area in the near future, drop us a line and tell us briefly what you'd like to talk to us about. Address your letters to this address. The Love Experts, Suite 990, 6464 Sunset Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 90028. Now, include your telephone number, and if possible, please enclose a recent photograph of yourself. Once again, if you'd like to talk with the Love Experts, phone number, picture, little note telling us what you want to talk about to Love Experts, Suite 990, 6464 Sunset Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 90028. So, panel, we have another fascinating story for you. I hope you'll have a fascinating solution. Jack, could you tell us fascinatingly who our next guest is?
With my pleasure, Bill. The lady studying to be a travel agent in Los Angeles, Tanis Reed.
Hello, Tanis. Hi, right there, if you would. Hello, Tanis.
Hello, Bill. How
What's
are you?
fine, thank you. What's your problem? Or is it a problem? I mean, is it that grave?
Yes,
Okay,
it's
tell
a
us
problem.
about
Okay, I have a boyfriend, and I'm very much in love with him. I've been involved with him for 2.5 years, but he does a lot of traveling, so we don't get to spend a lot of time with each other. We don't live together, so I like to have other men friends on the side to go to. You know, I like to go to movies and out to dinner, or you know, just have male companionship. But the problem is that these men think because I'm not living with my boyfriend that I'm not that serious about him.
But you are.
Yes, I am.
And your problem is that the guys you go out with while your boyfriend is out of town misunderstand your motive and try to go further than you would like them to go. Is that the idea?
Yes, it's like they don't even hear that.
Yes,
Does
they
your-
just. Oh,
Excuse me. I was just wanted to find out if your boyfriend who's out of town knows that you are seeing other men while he is gone. Does he?
Well,
Careful. This is an important question, Missy.
one day he probably heard somebody run in and say, "Anybody for Tanis?"
Silky, watch out. No, does he know that you are seeing other men while he is gone? Even in the what's the
Oh,
word?
please.
In
he
the-
is very jealous.
Yeah.
So he doesn't
I-
know. Well,
No.
Shame on you, darling. That's
No,
not
I'm
being
not
fair
doing.
with
I'm not
somebody.
doing anything wrong. I mean, I just
Well, then why don't you tell him?
because he wouldn't believe me. He's a very jealous person.
How many different gentlemen are you seeing on the side, as to use your words?
A round figure.
Yeah, round
Just
figure.
round figures.
3 or 4.
Oh,
Well, 3 or
no
4.
big deal there. No.
Hardly
But
makes
see,
a crowded room.
No.
They never last though because they always try to come on like gangbusters. And
Yeah, but you're going to get that if you go out with other guys. I think you have to make up your mind. If you love this guy, then say, "Hey, man, you know, you want to get married?" That's one thing. But I don't think you can go out with 3 or 4 other guys and expect this guy to be happy about it. You're having a ball.
well, maybe he's having a ball.
Well, I think you got to straighten that out.
Yeah, but you can't have a ball on the predication that perhaps he's having a ball.
Yes, you can.
Can
Why
you?
not?
Okay. Don't you think? Couldn't you have friends with other women, for instance, while he? How long is he gone at a time?
Oh, he'll be gone 5-6 weeks at a time.
5-6 weeks. Like could happen in.
Yes,
5
he
6
probably is at the Christian Science reading room every night.
He might.
Do you know for a fact that he's seeing other women while he's out on these little trips?
I don't think so, but
I have the
don't
solution.
know.
I have
you know.
the solution. I'll go first. I think you should make an arrangement with him that if he dates, then you will date. If not, if not.
Oh, let's talk
Okay,
about
now-
the if not part.
No, I mean,
I
understand.
think, if you're not, if you've made a commitment to one another,
You know,
of
the
any type-
problem should be here, and
No.
I think the problem as stated,
Yes.
Tanis, as you stated, should she move in with her boyfriend to stop the other men from making a play for her?
Yes.
No.
We got one for
No.
yes.
No.
Yeah, I vote yes.
No.
We got
No.
one yes. David, you say
No,
no.
absolutely
No,
not. This
no.
is the kind of thing that fosters fist fights and gunplay. You move in on... It really...
Stephen Collins fosters fist fights and gunplay.
and
Well, I'm scared. I take back my vote.
No, I
didn't know it
think-
was that
You don't want to do that.
I think David has a good point. He says no. We got a yes. We
bad.
have
I changed my mind, though.
Oh, well.
It's going to foster fist fights.
good missionary work. So David did his missionary work. We have 2 no's about moving in with him. Joanne?
No, I think that you have to make up, if you're really that serious about this young man, first, and you're willing to make a commitment to him, and if he's willing to make a commitment to you, and if obviously it doesn't seem like that you're that serious. Are you?
Well-
Are you?
Because he spends so much
Time
time
away.
away, we haven't been able to really get it together.
Then I don't think you've got a relationship really with him. I think
Well,
you
we
should just
do
date
when
him
we're
like you do the
together,
other
but-
guys.
yeah.
Have him take a number and wait in line.
Tanis, the panel seems to think very simply, in your case, that you should not move in with him in order to discourage the other guys. That you're going to, if you want to continue going with the other guys, don't get any more serious than you are with him. Is that about right?
Yes, I think
Yeah,
that's the
put a
best
sign that
advice.
says no.
Yeah, and no for everyone to that answer. And as far as the other guy's concerned, I guess you have to take them as they come. You don't want to do anything that would foster fist fights
And gunplay.
and gunplay or things like that. So we think a little bit of consideration for the guy out of town. Then when he gets back in town, give him the Dickens. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, don't go away. We'll be right back here in just a moment. But now we've got this coming up. Dickens. We like to leave enough time toward the closing portion of our show to be able to give the people in the studio audience a chance to ask any questions of any of the panelists they see fit to inquire about. So, lady over here to our left and your right as you look at us.
Hi, I'd like to direct my question to Joanne Worley. Are women more modest about their bodies than men are?
I don't know. All I know about that I'm modest about my body. I think the difference is that the top half of women, that's something to be modest about. Well, men don't have to worry about that. Like they can run around with just little shorts on, and women can't. So we have more stuff to be modest about. So I think yes, we are.
There you are. Joanne, to put it succinctly, Joanne's answer to you is yes, area-wise. I suppose. Total square inches or whatever.
Yes.
Have you a question, and to whom?
Yeah, I'd like to ask Bill Cullen a question.
I was okay. Anything I can do to
Yeah,
help?
I was wondering, do you think people make fewer mistakes on a second marriage?
You know, I'm glad you asked me that because this is not my first marriage. I have been very happily married. It'll be 24 years on Christmas Eve. And I do think people, if they haven't learned anything in the first marriage, they haven't made a lot of mistakes and then profited by those mistakes so they don't make them on the second marriage, then life is not worthwhile. So the answer is second marriage is if your first one does not work. Second marriage, if you both just make a little allowance and don't take each other for granted, you got a good chance of making it. That's my advice to you. Or advice, answer. Or whatever. Little warmth. No, it's true. Christmas Eve we were married. Wasn't it marvelous?
Got crazy at a party one night.
You're exactly right. She
If
wouldn't
it
say,
works, what the heck?
she wouldn't say yes till I came down the chimney. What does that mean? Yes, sir. I hope you have a question for
My
David.
question is for David.
Good.
Can you recommend a surefire way of picking up a girl?
No comment. No comment. Mr. Woodward, Washington Post. Take the question over there. Surefire way of picking up a girl? You know what I like to do is get on a snappy-looking pair of $4 cut-off jeans and a yellow jacket and a...
Take off my
Take him down to see a free TV show, and boy, it is...
Okay, David, that's the last question we had time for. We'll be back with a Love Expert's Choice for the most unusual story of this day, so don't go away, please. So, panel, we'll talk to our three guests, Casey Stevens, Robin Lockridge, and Tanis Reed. And I hope by this time you've cast your vote for the most interesting story of the day. The person who gets the most votes is going to win a fabulous prize. Jack Clark, what is it, please, sir?
Well, one of our guests, Bill, will receive a week's stay for two at the new California Hotel in Las Vegas. Enjoy headliners featured in the Long Beach Lounge, excellent food in the Santa Barbara and Coronado dining rooms, furnished by the California Hotel in Las Vegas. Bill?
Okay, Joanne, as usual, Joanne Worley, we start with you. Why and for whom?
Well, they're all just wonderfully interesting and so attractive, but I think Robin's story of wanting to marry this old man of 34, I think she deserves encouraging to wait around, but don't go to Las Vegas with him.
Okay.
Robin? 12-year-old.
One vote for Robin. Yes, Dave.
Okay, I have selected my vote to go to Casey because I think Casey was here yesterday. And I don't think we got her problem solved then, so she's come back, so it was probably a little more serious than we had anticipated, so I voted for her again.
Yeah.
Well, now, if Casey is a him, then you got a bigger problem than I.
That's right.
Okay, Casey, one vote for Robin.
This is not who I wanted to vote for.
Yeah, well,
That's all right, you've already written it down.
I guess that's the American way.
And
Am I right on the wrong side?
one male chauvinist vote for Casey. Yes, Joanne.
I wrote it on the wrong side. Well, you see, my mother's Canadian.
Oh.
And so that was kind of biased to start off. Everyone was just darling. And it was very difficult, but I did vote for Casey.
Casey has two votes.
He has two and a little face.
Okay, what do you say? We got a Robin and two Caseys, and Soupy, it's your turn.
I think Robin should get a couple of Tanis's boyfriends, and they could have a lot of that. I voted for Casey, and he's going to like the Las Vegas trip because you get Las Vegas throat and you can't talk there. And you take her there, and you have anything to worry about. You go, la, 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 and she won't be able to say anything.
And Casey, don't worry about the vote being in case of mistaken identity, because I had the tiebreaker just in case I had voted for Casey, too. Casey, you're the winner as far as that was concerned. Thank you all very much. Thank you, panel. You've been a big help. We'll see you again on the Love Experts. Join us, why don't you? Bye.
Some of our guests will receive True Test Easy Care Flat Enamel, combines the flat finish of latex with the scrubbability of enamel, exclusively from True Value hardware stores. And Sarah Coventry Classic Jewelry, necklaces, bracelets, rings, earrings, chains, seen at home fashion shows, jewelry designs furnished by Sarah Coventry. And a gift package including fragrant Capri Foaming Bath Oil. Soften your skin and soothe your body with Capri Foaming Bath Oil.